Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm doing a simultaneous share and recording to kind of give you a brief look on how I learn and dissect music. I think a lot of times people want to get better at drumming and they want to learn what's the process of how do professionals learn music, what's their mindset, how do they break things down chunk by chunk, section by section. So I kind of wanted to make this video using Music Chunks because it's one of the sites that I'm on, but also it's one of the platforms that kind of really make it easy to be able to do that. So I'm going to learn one of the pieces that I've been wanting to kind of get my hands on, which is the Music City Mystique 2020 Soul Snare Solo. And I'm going to use Music Chunks right here, being able to watch me as I do it together. And you're going to see how I break down this solo to be able to learn it and how I talk about it. Let's just have a play at this. A lot of the times when you're looking at music, especially part differences, if you're learning music off of videos, you may see differences in parts than transcriptions that you find on the web or music that you've gotten a hold of, just because music has ebb and flow. So what I like to do a lot of the times is once I get the music, I like to be accurate. So I want to see if there's subtle differences and then just make notations for that as I go along. The tools that Music Chunk has, the looping tool here, and just loop this part. And it's right there. On beat 2, there's a tap right there. So I'm just going to make a little notation here, right on my little notepad here, that there's a tap right on beat 2. So that when I get to that as I'm learning it, that I know that I've got a tap in that roll that I need to play. In the 7th measure, I'm going to highlight this bar here. Just make sure that I've got that 7th measure. So it almost sounds like putative, but it almost is written like triplet roll. Let me hear that again. So I'm going to go back to the video now, and I'm going to blow the video up so I can see what their hands are doing. So now you can see with the tools here, I can just make this video larger and bring my music all the way down and just see what the tools are doing. And I can also take my speed down as well. Now I'm going to take my loop tool back to the front. Now I'm going to start chunking this thing down, aka Music Chunks. Start chunking this thing down section by section. So I usually try to chunk in like maybe 2 to 3 more segments. I usually try to put myself in a position to where I can sing it, then I break down the rhythms, then I break down inflections, which are like diddles, etc., then accents, and then move on from there. So I'm going to put this thing at about, say, 80%, and then move on from there. I'm going to keep it with the video just to make sure that it's the most accurate. Boom. Da 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 da. 2 accents. Da